Welcome to The Worst One, where a cynical, hatred-filled 20-something tells you what's terrible on the internet because you can't have an opinion. Here on The Worst One, we can cover anything from movies to books to bread. I don't know. One day we'll have a worst one on bread. Brendaniel. Today we're going to be covering classic creepypastas. Creepypasta is a term coming from copypasta, which refers to a story or text that can easily be copied and pasted and spammed onto image boards like 4chan and forums like Reddit. While creepypastas are similar, they're supposed to be scary stories. And while there is some terrible, terrible writing out there trying very, very hard to be very, very spooky, I'm going to stick to what I consider the popular ones. There are a few creepypastas from back in the day that I remember. Ben Drowned, the story of a haunted Majora's Mask cartridge, the Russian sleep experiment, Candle Cove, and the one that I still a little bit scared of is this Smile Dog. I'm gonna have trouble editing this. I hate Smile Dog. Remember how I said that there was some terrible, terrible writing trying very, very hard to be very, very spooky? In my professional opinion as an internet narrator, there's one story that I hate above all of these creepypastas. I've always hated it, and I still hate it, and it's still really awful. Jeff the Killer. Jeff the Killer. How can anyone take this seriously? It's so stupid. To better review this awful, stupid story and talk about it, we're gonna forego the usual good, bad, ugly, and very ugly system, and instead wail on this garbage like a high school English teacher. Because I think that's gonna be a little bit more satisfying for me, and maybe a little bit more satisfying for you. I don't know what you want from me. Let's jump into a summary, shall we? Jeff moves to town with his parents, Peter and Margaret, and his brother Luigi. His brother Liu. And some bullies try to mess with Hefe the murderer and his bro, and Jeff beats the crap out of them. Jeff's bro takes the blame and goes to juvie. Then Jeff's parents make him go to a party where the kids he beats up beat him up, and he kills him before being lit on fire or something. Then he burns off his eyelids and kills his parents and brother. Something, I don't know. Let's start with the writing. Let's talk about how painful and pathetic this piece of prose really is. The writing in this story is awkward and stilted. Peppered throughout the story are minor misspellings and shifts between past and present tense. The beginning of this story starts off with what appears to be a newspaper article, or maybe even a news segment, but it's just odd and unnecessary. The dialogue is also awkwardly written, as it seems like every character except for the smallest of children is a robot wearing human skin. An example of this is when the neighbor is introducing herself to Jonathan the Slaughterer family with, "Hello, I'm Barbara. I live across the street from you. Well, I just wanted to introduce myself and to introduce my son." To make this less awkward sounding, something like, "Hi there. Looks like you're just moving in. My name's Barbara and I live across the street with my son Billy. Billy, say hi to the new neighbors." That's just way more comfortable, right? That doesn't sound as awkward. There's also an inconsistency near the end where the author has the mother saying that Louis will be out the next day, but Louis is also there to react to Jeff's YouTube face reveal. I know it's a little nitpicky, but I still feel like this story is written worse than a third grader's "What I Want to Be When I Grow Up" report. Is that what this is? Is this just the author talking about what they want to be when they grow up because they're 14? Is that what they want to be? They want to be Jeff? Okay, yeah, I get it. Now on to the characters. The first character we're introduced to is a boy in the newspaper article that recounts his tale against George, the guy who makes people dead. And this kid is one eloquent little shit. Honestly, I just kind of hate how detailed this kid's report of his traumatic event would be. If someone tried to stab the devil out of me, then I wouldn't talk shit to nobody. I'd want a goddamn transformer and some motherfucking apple juice. There, in the little ray of light, illuminating from between my curtains, were a pair of two eyes, redundant by the way, you just have to say pair of eyes. These weren't regular eyes. They were dark, ominous eyes. Honestly, a kid would probably think ominous was a type of fruit, not some kind of, descriptor. Next up are the one-dimensional neighbors, Barbara and Billy, and the one-dimensional parents of Jacob the Butcher and Louie, Margaret and Peter. We also meet the cardboard cutouts that you find in a movie theater dumpster, Jeff and his brother with, can I just say Louis? Peter, Margaret, Jeff, and Louis. Is he adopted? Did the parents give birth after going on some exotic vacation? Is this the name they went with? Louis? All right, you know what? I won't sit on it anymore. It's just his name, not a big deal. It's stupid, but you know what? Someone out there, their name is Louis, and they're gonna get really upset if I make fun of their name. It's the context that's important. These generic American names and then this exotic Louis name. It's stupid. All right. Next up are the only other important characters, the generic bullies Randy, Keith, and Troy. I like Randy because the author wanted to point out that he was wearing Aeropostale clothes while everyone else in the story is naked or something. And the only thing we know about Keith and Troy are that one of them is skinny and the other is fat. There's something. Let's move on to talking about what makes me want to go to sleep, the story. You know, go to sleep, that's Jeff's titular catchphrase. Go to sleep, get to bed, take a big nappy, big slippy. You know, that's what he says. Jeff and his brother are walking to school, and they get jumped by the aforementioned Randy, Keith, and Troy. The bullies pull knives on Jeff and Louie, and Jeff goes full anime and becomes magically good at fighting through the power of violence and stabs the bullies with their own knives. Jeff's brother takes the fall for this and goes to juvie. Without, a court date or a trial or anything. No, he's just at juvie. The cops are just, hey, you're going to juvie. And all the parents and the kids are like, all right, yeah, cool. He's going to juvie. That's how this works. That's just how this works, people. You just go to prison. You just go to juvie. There's nothing else. Then 2 days later, Jeff's mom forces him to go to the neighbor kid's party for, you gotta act normal or the neighbors are gonna think we're weird reasons. Because Jeff's not gonna get therapy or talk to his therapist or go and see his brother in juvie. No, he's gotta go to this birthday party. The parents have to make him go. It's very, very important. The dumbest goddamn thing happens at this party. The little neighbor kid, Billy, I think his name is, wants to play. Oh, shit, sorry. Let me say it how Billy says it. He wants to play. Like a freaking 7-year-old furry. They play around for a paragraph, and then the bullies crash the party to get sweet revenge. How do they know Jeff was at the party? Deus Ex Machina, plot convenience, who knows? Then the author of this creepypasta is probably like 15, so... Oh, 2 of the bullies have guns, by the way. They have guns, they just have those. I mean, this is America, political commentary and whatnot, but they probably just got them from their parents so that they can beat the crap out of Jeff and make the parents stay away with the guns. They point the guns at the parents so the parents can't intervene so they can beat the crap out of Jeff. That's a really smart plan, idiots. They're gonna go right to juvie after this. You went to juvie for stabbing some kids allegedly stabbing some kids. Now these kids are pulling guns on adults. That's big crime time right there. That's some high-level crime time. You probably could have just gone to school, done this at school, beat him up in like the bathroom or a cleaning closet since you want cleaning chemicals to get on his face so his skin goes white because that's how that works. They're just brainlet bullies. Brainlet bullies from Brainlet Hamlet. It's stupid. Jeff goes full mental break and kills the bullies, but not before being covered in vodka and bleach and then being lit on fire as he kills the last bully. Bleach because, like I said, cleaning chemicals make your skin white if you get lit on fire, but bleach isn't flammable. Would that neutralize the vodka? Is it something that's going to make the vodka less flammable? How would he be immediately lit on fire? This isn't gasoline. It's alcohol. It's not as flammable with bleach on it, is what I'm saying. It just doesn't make sense to me. But what do I know? I'm not the author. So Jeff wakes up in the hospital, mentally broken now that he looks like a deflated volleyball with eyes, goes home, kills his parents and his brother, and now he's on the loose. Jeff's got the juice, and he's on the loose. Ooh, look at this scary picture. Look at it. Doesn't it make you feel fear? Aren't you scared? This story, Jeff, that kills me. It really does. It was and still kind of is so popular for being such garbage. Go on DeviantArt and just look up Jeff the Killer or Jeff the Killer OCs or Jeff the Killer Ponies. It's trashy and gaudy. This story is a power trip for the kids who think that they're very dark and very brutal and cool. If you see someone wearing a Jeff the Killer t-shirt, beware their ominous odor. Speaking of ominous, the author uses the word 5 times in this story. Ominous is in this story 5 times. I feel like that's a little bit excessive. There's a thing called a thesaurus, or the internet, that also exists. You can use that to find words that mean similar things but are different. It's not that hard. Just use a different word. I mean, come on. Thank you for watching. Please check out my other videos. There are also things that if you want to watch more worse ones, hey, that's an option. I'll have a playlist up in the top right corner for the end screen. I also have shirts on sale. I think if you put like code cacti in right now, you get 15% off of them. They're pretty cool. I like the shirts. They were done by Plenty Blush on Twitter, and they're real good. Also, there'll be something else. Subscribe button, if you liked this video. If you didn't like this video, cool. I don't know why you're here at the end now. Just chilling with me, I guess. What's your favorite kind of pasta? Talking about creepypasta. I really like lasagna. Big Garfield fan here.
Spooky.